Yesterday, I played at Hanbury Manor, shot -4 and won in my first competitive round of this season. Super pleased to get the win and really kind of get an idea of where my game is at. And yeah, it was a really good day to see on a proper golf course as well. Hanbury Manor was playing long. It was cold. It was wet, and it demanded sort of every area of your game. And I was pleased that each area of my game sort of rose to that challenge. So I just want to kind of talk you through a little bit of the stats from the round and look at what I need to kind of work on going forward from that. So as I said, really pleased to get the win. It was an 8:30 a.m. start, so for me a couple hour drive from my house, so I had to get up at 4 a.m. So yeah, it was an early start, but thanks to the old whoop here that I've just got, it was this kind of got me through and kind of helped me prepare for this as well, because I knew that I needed to do a few things to prepare for that. So yeah, got there around 7 a.m, warmed up, got out at 8:30. It was cold, it was pretty windy, and the wind was picking up as the round progressed. So yeah, 7,000 yards at Hanbury Manor. The greens were also rolling really nice, so I was really pleased about that, because it was just nice to kind of hit a putt and know that it was going to kind of stay true to its line a little bit more. But yeah, 5 birdies, 1 bogey. My kind of tee to green stats were really solid, and there was a couple of instances that I think really kind of changed for me during the round, where I just missed a green on the 10th hole. I was a couple under on the front nine, got off to a really hot start, actually birdie in the first and the third, so 2 under through 3, and then dropped a shot on the 5th, got it back on the 9th on the par 5, but the 10th really was a key moment, because I just missed the green with a gap wedge. It sort of just spun off the side, and I was kind of on top of a little slope putting down to the hole. I only got to get it down through a small bit of semi-rough onto the fringe and then onto the green, about 4 yards literally from the pin, and I've putted this thing. It's come out quite hot, but gone down the slope, hit the pin and gone in. So that was a really big moment to make the birdie there. And then to back that up on the next hole from 207 yards, I managed to hit a 6-iron to about 3 feet and tap in for birdie there. So to make 3 birdies in a row there was really good, and that kind of really continued the momentum in the round. And as I said, the winds kind of picked up as well, and towards the end I made some really key up and downs to kind of keep that momentum going and keep my score going, and that was really pleasing to do that. So yeah, looking at the stats, everything's really generally in a good spot, but there's one little bit of an area that I want to just kind of work on, and that's why we're here today. We're going to look at the 150 to 200 yard range in my approach play, because I think there was a couple of scenarios yesterday where I perhaps could have performed or executed slightly better. So I just want to kind of take you through how I'm going to look at doing that going forward. And today we're just going to go through a simple drill where I just want to hit a 160 shot, a 180 shot, and a 200 yard shot. And I just kind of try and hit it between a distance gap on the range, about 3 or 4 yards either side of my center target line, and then see if we can get it within 3 yards carry on the TrackMan. So yeah, it's small little margins, and I think all these little things that I've learned is, you can put all of these together and it makes really big progress going forward. So yeah, this is something that I think is really key, to just kind of have this data and kind of work on those small little increments going forward. So let's get into it. So I've got the 8-iron here to start with to hit the 160 shot, and my target line is 200 sign out there, and I'm just going to try and hit it literally between the first flag that's left of it and the first flag that's right of it. That's like my fairway. And then also, as I said, trying to carry it within 3 yards of that distance using the TrackMan here. So I'd typically try and hit 3 balls with this per distance, but today I'll just do 1 for each for the video. So for you guys that are watching, and yeah, so as I said, this was kind of a key area yesterday, especially on that kind of golf course where it's quite long. There's a couple of 460 par 4s, for example, that were into wind. So generally speaking, I had around 180, 190 into the green. So yeah, that was where this area is perhaps just a little bit exposed, but today we're going to try and work on that a little bit. So 160, got a smooth little 8-iron here, and let's see if we can hit it between that gap and 3 yards within that carry distance. Oh, it's drawing a little bit. That's going to miss left. And that's interesting because there was a couple yesterday where I actually missed it right. So carried 164, pretty, yeah, okay. That's a cross on the game, but not a terrible shot there. So something to work on though, but that's a 0 there for the 160. Let's go to the 180. For 180, I'm going to go with a 7-iron. And I think this should be a perfect stock 7-iron shot for me. Again, same target gap. Let's see if we can get it between, and then that carry distance we're looking for. Just going to be missing right there. Yeah, missed right, and it's short, only 171. Okay, the 200 shot, and we've got 5-iron now. Again, this should be just a pretty stock, smooth 5-iron. See if we can get 1 out of 3 at least on this. Come on. Okay, it's good for line. Has it got the distance? Straight down the target line. 202. Okay, so that's a tick there on that one. There you go. That's the numbers on that 5-iron. So yeah, I'm going to repeat that 3 or 4 times, get a score out of there, and really start to pinpoint what is particularly happening, whether I'm missing it left or right or short, long. And then we can start to really work on that going forward using that data, especially from yesterday in the tournament. And the whole purpose of this is to, when I am faced with those situations again on the course, I feel like I'm going to be a little bit more prepared, and, we can start to really kind of improve this area as well. So yeah, this is, as I say, I really, really enjoy this kind of practice, and not just saying it has to be a technical thing. It sometimes is also just, a mindset thing or a strategy. So yeah, but as I said, this sort of practice is something that I really enjoy. But ultimately, really good start to the season, and something now that I'm looking to build on for the next few events come April. Appreciate everyone that's supported me, everyone that's reached out to congratulate me. It's yeah, much appreciated, and I look forward to sharing you further the journey going forward.